What is up, guys? Welcome back to Optic. This is Joe. Today we're going to be talking about Final Fantasy 15 and what made it such a great game. We're going to be addressing the game as an individual game, not as a series. I know this game got a lot of mixed emotions, so keep in mind this is our opinions. Also, be warned that there will be spoilers for the story as a whole. One of the things that I love about this game is that the story can be as great and as deep as you want. You can play just the game and get a really solid game, but there's also a fantastic movie and an awesome anime that ties into the story. You can watch the anime for free here on YouTube. I'll put the link in the description below. Kingsglaive is the movie and it takes place before the game. It follows the fall of the kingdom and ends soon after the king dies. It adds a lot to the story of the game as well. It shows you how Luna gets the Ring of Lucii and leaves the city alive. The movie also introduces some really cool characters. Nyx is the focus and one of my favorite characters of this story. The movie also helps you to see how the king was as a character, since unfortunately you don't get much of him in the game. You can really see the loyalty he had for his land and the care he had for the people in general. His death was shocking and actually pretty sad, especially if you saw the movie before you played the game like I did. The Brotherhood anime shows how the gang really connected and got to know each other. It was interesting to see that most of them didn't like Noctis at first, but after different situations they all came to like him. I expected Ignis, Prompto, and Gladio to be like bodyguards, but as I played the game and got more involved in the story, it felt more like a family than anything else, and the anime really reinforced that. All of them just have great dynamics together. Now let's get to the game. It follows the Brotherhood crew as they are making their way to take Noct to get married to Luna, but that soon gets derailed with the kingdom getting taken over and his dad dying. They then go to strengthen Noct and get his blessings for him to rule. I liked the story until the second half of the game. Then I loved it. It all escalated very quickly. Within a few chapters, Luna died.
And do remind him about the crystal. Oh, Prince, your bride awaits!
Ignis lost his sight, and Noct lost all the confidence he had. And that just caused a rift in the Brotherhood. Gladio and Noct began to debate even more than they used to. The ending got me even more than I expected. Seeing Noct give his life for everyone was fantastic. The characters were all great and all had their time to shine. Their own personalities just added to them even more. The villain Ardyn was great. He was smooth and charismatic to start, but it got to a point where I just hated him. Once he got rid of Prompto and kept egging on Noct, that's when I really began to hate him. But he was a great villain. There were 4 total DLC episodes that were released: Gladio, Prompto, Ignis, and Ardyn. The first 3 showed what the characters were doing while they were separated from Noct, and I really liked that. Gladio wanted to get stronger. Prompto ended up learning a horrible secret, but still trusted and hoped that Noct would be his friend. My favorite was episode Ignis. It really added to his character and showed just how loyal he was. I love that he was willing to sacrifice himself the way that Nyx did in the film. But when he lost his sight instead of his life, I was shocked. And I felt that it was more messed up, and that's what I loved about it. The most recent episode was episode Ardyn. We did a review on that, so if you haven't checked it out already, go see it. I'll make sure I link it in the description below. That one really made you sympathize with him and enjoy him as a character, and his anime added to that as well. I love that you fought the Guardians and the Kingsglaive in that episode, too. With the gameplay in general, you sometimes struggled with the camera, but that was really my only complaint. Playing as Noctis and joining with your friends to fight was great. They all had the different abilities that helped you throughout the game. Gladio was a fighter and would fight things like potions and such while you're fighting. Prompto, more of a distance fighter, but also took pictures to help you capture the amazing world that they created. And at the end, when you had to choose a picture to take with you, just made it more emotional. Next was Ignis. He cooked for you, and the meals would give you buffs. He would think of new things to cook when you found ingredients. He had odd times of shouting it, like in the middle of a dungeon when you just finished a fight, but overall it was cool. Finally, Noctis could fish, which could add to the food. Honestly, we don't know much about it, since us here at Optics didn't really use it. The fighting was smooth and the bosses were cinematic. I really loved the fight with Ardyn the most. Since he's close to your side, you really felt every hit that you guys traded, and it just made it that much more intense. The other bosses were also a lot of fun. Fighting the Leviathan was jaw-dropping for the first time. That battle was just great.
Let the games begin.
So, now they end.
Until only one remains. So you are the chosen king, but you are a second choice at best.
So that's why all of us here at Optic really liked the game and what we thought was great about it. Let us know in the comments below what was some of your favorite parts of the game. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe, of course. We have new videos posted every Tuesday. Also, be sure to follow us on social media. We are on Instagram and Twitter. We post fan art, updates, and just nerdy stuff in general, so go check us out. The links below. Thanks, guys. See you next time.
Kings of Lucis. Come to me!